Hello, I wanted to take you on a quick tour of Moodle. Moodle is our home for this semester. Everything that we need to do is located in Moodle. So when you get to the Moodle, when you get into our Moodle class, it will say Welcome to English 112. You will see our picture for the term, the King of Arms of the Order of the Golden Fleece, writing about Jacques de Lalling by Simon Benning and its modern day recreation. So this section that you see is where you start the class. You'll find the tour of Moodle, the syllabus, announcements, an anonymous feedback form, and 2 assignments, the entry quiz and the flip traduction. The entry quiz will be done no later than October 19th by 11:59 p.m. Not doing the entry quiz will result in being removed from the class. So as promised, here is the syllabus. Here are the announcements. This is where I will communicate with the class about important course information. These announcements you'll be able to get to just by clicking on it. Also, though, they will show up in your email. The anonymous class feedback and suggestions link is for you to submit any feedback to me anonymously. If you need something and you don't want to reach out in person, you can reach out anonymously. The flip traduction is due October 20th, and then the entry quiz closes Friday, October 20th at 12 a.m., meaning you have to have it done by October 19th at 11:59 p.m. in order to stay in the course. The work is divided up into grids. You will see that there are 8 grids. We have assignments, due dates, and points available. This is where assignments, due dates, and points available are listed. That is a place that you should visit. The assignments, due dates, and points available is a place you should visit regularly, daily, I would say. And then also we have a little section on how to write readably. It says, I want you to write readably. And then there's a video, and then the 10 rules for writing readably, and then some resources about each of the rules. Please be sure to read up on those. And then we have the APA section. We are writing in APA style, so this section will tell you everything you need to know about the rules for writing in APA. Also, you'll see in the sections that there are where applicable, there are pages from our textbook, Everything's an Argument. So 522 to 537 should also give you information about APA. Research journals. The research journals are weekly assignments. It is very important that on this first day of class, which is October 16th, you watch the Research Journal How-To video. It is very important that you watch that because your first research journal is due the first Wednesday of class. All right, that is, I believe, Wednesday, the 18th of October. All right, that is your first research journal. You also need to give me your research topic on the 17th. So it's important that you come to understand exactly what's going to be happening in the research journal and how to do it. And watching this video will show you. Throughout all of these grids, you will also see a rubric. It says rubric, and then there's the rubric picture. It's the same picture throughout the whole class. So where you see rubric and then this picture, below it is a link to the rubric for the assignment. So here's the link for the research journal rubric. And then below is where you will submit each of the assignments. And then we have the rhetorical analysis unit. That is the 5th grid. The rhetorical analysis unit begins October 16th, which is the first day of class, and goes through the 29th. You'll see here the objective, the final assessment, and then the appropriate reading, and everything's an argument, and then your to-dos. And then you will see exactly what I'm talking about as far as videos. Watch the videos. Well, the videos are right down here. And then the steps to getting started on your rhetorical analysis paper. You'll want to click on that. And then each submission to help you, get your research, your rhetorical analysis paper going, each submission is below that. The article, where you choose the article, the critical reading, the rhetorical précis, the audience analysis, and the thesis. If you click on any one of these, you will see the instructions. Also, I want to point out to you that on each of our activities, there is a due date. So you should be able to see that just by scrolling through the page. And then a sample rhetorical analysis paper. And again, then you see the rubric picture, and then the link to the rubric for the rhetorical analysis, and also some general do's and don'ts. And then at the very bottom is where you submit the final assessment on October 29th. The rest of the grid boxes follow a very similar format. So the cause and effect unit, which is the second unit, starting October 30th to November 12th, you'll see the objective, the final assessment and due date, and then the steps to completing the unit, and then the textbook, suggested textbook reading, pages 261 to 284. And then you will see the steps and the videos, the podcast, the assignments, the rubric, and then a full listing of the expectations for the cause and effect essay. And then this is where you submit your cause and effect essay on November 12th. The white paper, very similar. Objective, due date. For the white paper, we have both a paper, which is due November 26th, and a presentation, which is due December 3rd. And then the readings for the presentation, a podcast, an assignment explanation, an audience analysis activity, the modes of persuasion activity, a video on how to format your paper, an example of a formatted paper, the rubric, and the white paper submission area, and then the presentation rubric, some suggested resources for how to record your presentation, and then finally the place to submit a document with the link to your presentation. And finally, the writing portfolio. This is under construction, so this will change a little bit. I will add more to it. However, just keep in mind that in the last week or so of class, we will work on compiling a portfolio, and that will be due December 10th. That will be your final project, and then you'll see the rubric and the place to submit. The information you see right here will change a little bit. All right, so just keep that in mind. Now, I also want to show you how you will be accessing your grades. You can access your grades by clicking on Grades. This will show you the item, the grade, the percentage, and the feedback. Also, on certain tasks, especially the research journals, you may have a better time viewing the comments if you go to Open Grader. In Open Grader, so go to Open LMS and then Open Grader, you will see your assignment here where my cursor is circling. You'll see your grade and then any comments I've made as well. You will be able to access the grades for the flipped reduction, the research journal, the annotated bibliography, all of your work for the rhetorical analysis, except for the final rhetorical analysis paper. All final grades, all grades for your final papers will be through Turnitin. And then also your fishbone diagram your fishbone diagram for the cause and effect, and then a few other items: the audience analysis, the modes of persuasion, the white paper presentation, and the portfolio. You can find the grades for these items in Open LMS, Open Grader, but you'll also be able to see them under grades. All right, however, again, for feedback on these items, you may want to just go to Open Grader and just see what kind of feedback you've gotten on those. I also want to show you how to submit to Turnitin. You will submit your rhetorical analysis paper, your cause and effect paper, and your white paper to Turnitin. You will also get your grades and your comments back through Turnitin. So to submit to Turnitin, click on whatever paper you're trying to submit. Each of these 3 papers, the rhetorical analysis paper, the cause and effect paper, and the white paper, all of the submission slots for them are located at the very bottom of their respective pages in Moodle. So here we will click rhetorical analysis paper. You will want to go to Submit Paper. You'll see the little cloud with the arrow button moving up. And then you will select your paper from your files. Here it's showing resubmission. I am submitting over something else. Keep in mind, you can submit over previously submitted papers. So let's say if you catch a mistake, or you're concerned, or whatever might happen, you can submit before the deadline. So you can submit over any paper before the deadline. So it says resubmission, and I clicked that. If you're not doing a resubmission, it'll just say submission. And then wait until you get this. Your submission has successfully been uploaded to Turnitin. Once I have graded the papers, you will see a grade right here where my cursor is. You will also be able to pull up your paper, and you'll see the paper. I may leave comments on the paper itself. They will be represented by little blue quote bubbles, much like this one right here. But you will see this located on the paper itself. I will also leave general feedback, and you will find that by going to the little blue quote bubble on the right-hand side, clicking on it, and it will pull up your instructor feedback. The grade will also show up under grades in Moodle.